What's happening? What's going on? Hello, members of the fam. I am your boy, Matt Dawson, back with the new segment. It's called Sports Talk. So, there's going to be like 5 different things I talk about, like 5 biggest QB busts, 5 biggest, just worst signing, worst stuff like that. Different stuff like that, So today I'm gonna talk about the 5 worst traditions. At number 5, we have the kids singing the national anthem. It's cool that they know the lyrics. It's really cool that they get to do it and all, but they just get out of tune and they might mess up the lyrics, and it just isn't worth it. Number 4, we have the riots. So, whenever I think it was the Lightning, whenever they lost the World Cup, not the World Cup, I'm sorry, the Stanley Cup, there it is. When they lost the Stanley Cup, there's riots all over the place, and it's just not worth it. Why one game get a bunch of people hurt? It's just not worth it. Number 3, throwing garbage on the field. It's pretty simple. Just because you lose a game doesn't mean you should throw garbage on the field. A Browns game, they lost, and as the players were walking out, they were throwing all kinds of garbage and whatever they could find onto the field. They would throw their hats and their food that they had. Just why make them put in work? They give you a nice stadium, and so they gave you a stadium to watch a game, real cheap actually. Browns aren't good, but I'll leave that up to you guys if you like the Browns or not. Number 2, we have the cursing. What purpose does it serve? Seriously? Cussing out the people who put on the show? Why? There was a game, it was the Rams and I think it was the Packers. They were playing. No, it was the Ravens and the Packers. My bad. Jim Harbaugh was trying to call a timeout and the ref didn't see him, and they were screaming, "Holy," not gonna say it, but I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. Holy hit. Let's go with that. Moving on to our number 1 spot is flipping off players. Why? Why do you do that? Well, I guess that really falls into cussing out the players. So I basically talked about it, and it sucks that people have to be that way, and I don't understand why no one really should have to deal with that. So I'm going to put that with number 2. So number 1, I'm going to go with burning merchandise. So whenever LeBron James was and Colin Kaepernick so Colin Kaepernick was the first one to start kneeling during the national anthem, which I believe is wrong. There are millions of people who serve our country and they decide to knee because somebody did something, and I'm not really going to get into it, but I think you all should know like the story about it, where there's a white cop and police officer, I should say, and the black guy. Not trying to be racist, but anyways, and then that just started to unravel, and so I don't agree with it, and so like they could do different stuff to like protest instead of kneeling. I mean, like do the old Black Panther, but instead of kneeling, I think that they should show some respect and stand for the flag and like put up an arm in the air, yay! But I'm gonna also add in for number one kneeling during the national anthem, because I mean there are millions of people serving our country, America, and so I don't like it at all. And so comment down below which one you think is the worst. So moving on to biggest bust. Biggest QB bust. I honestly, like seriously, there's so many QB busts. Number 5, Minnesota Vikings, Christian Ponder. Christian Ponder threw numerous interceptions. For like every 12 interceptions, he only had seven single touchdowns. The Vikings had to deal with it, and eventually in 2014, they got Teddy Bridgewater, who is now traded at the Jets, and now the Vikings have Trevor Siemian and Trevor Siemian and Kirk Cousins. Like Christian Ponder, he was good in college, but he made it to the NFL and he just wasn't that great of a quarterback. Moving on to number 4, Johnny Manziel. Pretty simple. Pretty good. Great quarterback in college. Got to the NFL. Absolutely sucked at quarterback. And now he is basically, I honestly don't know where he's at right now. I know that I think he went to the Canadian Football League. All I know is that he didn't do anything productive for the NFL except for ruin everybody's time. So number 3, not as big as a bust, but not as big as a bust as the other 2, but I have to go with Michael Vick. He's a good quarterback and all, but this is my opinion. I don't think that you should train dogs to kill other dogs. It's just something that you should not do at all. It's just wrong and just sucks. So that's why I'm going to have to put him at the number 3 spot, since it's not really a bust and it's nothing productive. Yes, he did win a few Super Bowls, but other than that, he didn't do anything else productive. Number 2 is definitely gonna. The next 2 spots are gonna be up and coming bust. Baker Mayfield, Hugh Jackson, I think. Hugh Jackson took him with the number 1 pick when they could have took Saquon Barkley with the first pick. Saved up, but instead the Browns took Baker Mayfield with the first pick of the 2018 draft, and then that was followed up by the Giants, who took Saquon Barkley, and then they ended up taking Denzel Ward. But you see where I'm coming from. Should have just waited and fell back. But he's just getting overrated, and he's going to be a bust. The Browns aren't that good at football. They're the second team to ever go 16-0. No, take that back. Third team. There was the Bucks, who went like 40-something and 0. No, 0 and 40-something. And it took them like 2.5 seasons just to win a game. Then the 2009 Lions, they lost 16 games straight. And now the Browns in 2017, just not a good team in football. Not good. Number 1 is gonna be Tyrod Taylor. He had the Bills to back him up. Now, he has a pretty good, one good wide receiver with Jarvis Landry, and so he's not going to do too good after he had many different wide receivers in the backfield. And now that he's with the Browns, he only has Jarvis Landry, and I honestly don't know anyone else on the Browns. So, comment down below who you think the biggest bust is out of the list that I told you. Now we're going to go over to my 5 favorite NFL players. Okay? So, number 5, I really like Alvin Kamara. The way that he runs in. So, he's a good running back. He's got Rookie of the Year. FYI, if you didn't know this already, comment down below if you knew this or not. But him and Marshawn Lattimore was the first time in 60 years to get the Offensive Rookie of the Year and the Defensive Rookie of the Year. And so, Alvin Kamara put up great stats for a season. Now that Mark Ingram got suspended 4 games, so now he has to really step up and put up some touchdowns and try and refuel that team. I think he's going to do all right. He's R3 elite. Sean Payton is not going to try and use him too much because he wants to save him so he can go better like be better in later years whenever Mark Ingram's getting older and will come down to retirement time. Number 4 has to be Julian Edelman. I like the style that he plays in. I like his oops, I like the way that he plays, and he's not like rude or anything. And there's one reason I'm not a fan of Odell Beckham. Odell has an attitude with like his different teammates, and now Julian Edelman really doesn't have a attitude as much as Odell does. But other than that, I think that's pretty good on Julian Edelman. Number 3 is gonna be J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt, the walk-on at Wisconsin. He is a good player. He is one of the best to come through the NFL out of all time. He's definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame a few years after he retires. And now that he is injured and the injuries are just stacking up and stacking up, first a broken back, and now he did something to his back again. But another reason I like him is he donated $37 million to Hurricane Harvey. And there's a lot of people who were just donating and bidding on the NFL. Like, not the NFL, but like how much money they were going to help with. Number 2 is Rob Gronkowski. Rob Gronkowski was drafted and he had one slow year, and now he is just an all-time great. One of the best tight ends that there will be in up and coming years. Not gonna hate him, but there was one time when he did take a cheap shot. But other than that, he's a great teammate, and so he's gonna go far. Number 1, downright Drew Brees. Drew Brees has 2 sons, I believe, maybe 3, and one of them has some, maybe like ADHD maybe. I'm not for sure, but he raises money for different charities to help whatever his son has. I think it's ADHD. And so he raises money for that, and every single place that he's played, which is the LA Chargers, the LA Saints, and then the New Orleans Saints. In case you didn't know, when Hurricane Katrina came through, the New Orleans Saints had to evacuate and go to LA. It was much safer. And now that they're back in, all across LA just to help the community and stuff like that. Second, now he gets traded, and now he's down with the Saints in New Orleans, and he's going to stay there for a nice. He's been there for like 9 years, I believe, So I believe he's gonna do all right. So comment down below your favorite player. So hopefully you guys like this video. Comment down below what you thought was what I should change up next time. And I like these. So, and if I should do more of these kinds of videos. I might be doing WWE stuff, NBA stuff like that. So I'm gonna go on and go ahead and sign off for now. See you guys.